The name of the show is Eyewitnesses are Futile. It is on the 10th of August, and my name is Stephen Darling, and I'm a lecturer at Queen Margaret University in Edinburgh. It's really a sort of an extension of it. All my research is in the area of human memory, and I'm interested in why people remember things and why people forget things. And it turns out that sometimes we forget quite important things. People have the idea that their memory is kind of like a video camera, much like that one that you're filming me with, but it's not. It doesn't retain every little detail, and therefore that has kind of implications for situations where we need to remember things. And one of the times that it's very serious and very important that we remember things in a lot of detail is if the police are asking us about an incident that we've seen as acting as an eyewitness or even a victim. And under those circumstances, it's really important that we remember things accurately. The question is, do we? And there's a decent amount of evidence to suggest that our memory can be subject sort of to systematic failures as a consequence just of the way that it's set up. Well, it's dangerous if you take my kind of title at face value, because kind of the idea is behind the title is that eyewitnessing is futile. Now, obviously, our entire or a good portion of our kind of legal system is based on the idea that if we witness an event, we can then describe it afterwards, and that is evidentially important. Sorry, that evidence is useful. That evidence can tell us something about the crime, and undoubtedly, in some cases, it can. But our memory is so susceptible to error and decay under some circumstances that perhaps we shouldn't be relying so much on. Well, no, I think the idea that I'm going to propose in the show is that we should just chuck out eyewitnesses from the court. Now, I'm not 100% sure that actually, in fact, I'm 100% sure that I don't think that's the case, but that's kind of a kite to fly to start a discussion because of the various ways that eyewitnesses can be mistaken. And the idea is to use that as a starting point for a discussion. So that idea, the idea that we never listen to eyewitnesses, would be extremely controversial. Well, basically my research interest is a better way of putting it. My research interest is about human memory and the things that happen in memory and the way that it functions, the way that can impact on the way that we operate kind of in society and the way that we interact with each other. And so this is one clear area where kind of our understanding of how memory works and how forgetting operates can influence how can have important or serious impact on important issues in society. So it's a place where kind of theoretical research can act upon the way that we live in everyday life. They'll learn a little bit about how memory isn't what it's often portrayed to be. It's often thought of as being accurate, and therefore when we find that we're making errors of memory, we think that our memory is bad. Everybody's memory is bad. Everybody forgets things. In fact, it's possible that forgetting is essential because there's so much information about it. We don't necessarily want to retain it all. So what people might do is they might learn a little bit more about how memory is structured, and also about what the important implications that might have for society in general, but in particular in this area of eyewitnessing and criminal investigation.